Oh hey, what's happening there YouTube? It's Brian House here for Housemade, and today I am introducing to you the Hold Fast drill press table system. Usually I'm standing in front of a grinder or a forge, and in this case I have tackled the problem that is drilling holes in flat surfaces. About 3 years ago I created a YouTube video about this little wooden stand table thing that I put in my mill, and I converted it over to steel, and little did I know that I would get hundreds of emails over the last 3 years asking for those plans, asking for me to go out and create one of these or maybe make a better version of it or whatever, and that people would buy it. Well, I finally got my poop in a group, as they say, and decided to go ahead and tackle this problem for real, come up with real solutions for holding flat things down on a drill press so that you can safely drill them. And ultimately we came up with what we now call the Hold Fast system, which is available to purchase as a kit or as plans on my website, which, just like all my other projects, it gives you the CAD files, the DXF. If you want to cut this out on your plasma table or you have access to a laser or water jet, you can do that. And then links to all of the resources, little clamps and the 1, 2, 3 block and everything we use to build this table and use it. Also, we've come up with some really cool little 3D printable trays and some inserts for those trays that you can modify, right? If you work in CAD and you have a specific need and you're like, hey, I don't make knives, but I do this and I would love to have this option, you can create your own. And it would be awesome, by the way, if you created one, you buy the plans or you buy the kit and you created this, that you would share it with the community. So make sure you do that. You can send me an email, brian@housemade.us, and send me the Fusion or step files. I would love to see what you guys create with this. In any regard, this video is going to show you how to properly put it on your drill press. This will work with a 10-inch, I would say 10-inch or bigger drill press. This is a buck tool standard Amazon job. I paid like around, I think, $300 for this. And the bonus part of this is if you buy the kit to build this, and you're in the US, I'll ship it to you, and you don't have to cut it out yourself. It'll be all nice and done up. As a bonus, I added the drill press cart plans to this as well, including these cool leveling casters that I found on Amazon that I think are very important when you build this kind of stand. Drilling holes in flat things on a drill press is dangerous. You can get helicoptering. You know, I've seen lots of people get hurt doing this work. You can use the 1, 2, 3 blocks as risers. You got this great Milescraft clamp that goes down onto it, and the little bins that hold all your pieces and parts so that you're not fumbling around and looking for your tap magic or whatever it is you're using while you're doing this process. In any regard, let's get started with the assembly. It is very simple. I'm going to show you how I did it on this buck tool 12-inch. And by the way, I'm happy with this buck tool. I think it's a great drill press for the money. So if you're looking for a new drill press, I'll put a link down in the description and also on our resources page for all of these things you can go out and buy on your own. So let's real quick talk about what comes in the kit. Of course, you get the Hold Fast table itself. This is made out of mild steel. It's 5/16 of an inch thick. You're going to get 2 3D printed trays, 1 insert, 5 3/8/16 1-inch bolts, a 1, 2, 3 block, a little piece of steel that goes underneath that you actually clamp into your vise on your drill press, and a 3-inch bench clamp from Milescraft. Okay, step 1 of this is we are going to want to level this table. This is the table that comes with the drill press to the chuck. And how we're going to do that is with a magnetic level here. These are great. If you don't have one of these in your workshop, you really should. They're inexpensive. I'll put a link down in the description so you can find one for yourself. You're going to stick this with a magnet on the side of the chuck, and you're going to hit the 0 button. That will zero this out, or close to it. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then rest it on the table itself, and that should give you a reading close to 90 degrees. This one's just slightly off. And there's a nut underneath down here where we can adjust this table and get it as close to 90 degrees as possible. Because remember, we're going to put a vise on this table, and we want the foundation of the Hold Fast to be as level as possible. I'd say that's close enough. lock that down. You're gonna need a drill press vise. This is just a cheap one I got at Harbor Freight for a few bucks years ago. Pretty much everybody has one of these, and this is what you're gonna wanna bolt down to the surface that comes with your drill press. You can see here that I've got some marks made with a marker that I put on there so I know where my vise should sit on the table. I did that because I might take this apart one day and I want to be able to quickly reassemble it, so I did that. But once you get this down, you're going to need some bolts to put that together on washers. Just standard 3/8/16 bolts will work. And we're going to just put these in and loosely lock it down. It doesn't need to be super tight because you're going to have to do some adjustment. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we're going to grab our 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch piece of tubing. This one is 3 1/4 long, and it fits. And you're going to want to just clamp that into place. Okay. So now you got, this is loose. You got this locked into the vise itself, and we're going to get ready to align the holdfast table. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a laser sight on your drill press, which this one does, you can see that the laser sight is giving us a great indicator as to where the actual the center of the spindle is going to be. And that's why we don't give a dimension for where to weld this, because every drill press is a little different, every configuration is a little different, but we gave you plenty of room underneath to modify your setup so you can clamp it down and weld it. But I'm going to go ahead and just loosely set this up to where it should be and clamp it into place. Just a couple of quick clamps give me what I need so I can start aligning everything. We'll grab our magnetic level and check all this against the spindle here in a minute. Now, if you don't have a laser guide on your drill press, you can just put in a standard drill bit, right? Put it in there loosely and drop it down. Does it go down into the center? What does it look like? Lock it into place, you know, and then that'll kind of give you a strong indicator as to where you are aligned. Okay, so you can see we're dead center, and I'm going to go ahead and unlock my quill on my drill press and let that back up. I'm going to grab my magnetic level, I'm going to zero it out on the chuck, and then I'm going to set it on the holdfast table, and it should read 90 degrees. And if it's not, we're going to adjust that until we get it 90 degrees left to right and 90 degrees forward to back. Once we have that, we're ready to weld. Before you weld this together, you're going to want to make sure that the tube steel is not interfering with that bottom right slot. If it is, you can adjust slightly, push it back, and just get that out of the way, because you're going to want to use that slot for other things in the future. All right, let's put one quick tack between the tube steel and the plate, and we'll double check and make sure we've got everything aligned. I'm going to leave my magnetic level on there when I take this apart, just to double check. You can see it moved out of alignment just slightly, but the beauty of a tack weld is it allows for you to kind of manipulate it a little bit and get it where you want it, and then you can finish your weld. I just threw my clamp back on there to manipulate it and hold it into place, just long enough for me to get another tack in it. Ooh, right there. Perfect. All right, so let's take a quick look at the trays. We print these with just standard PLA 20% infill on our bamboo printers. We're pretty happy with those. What we've done here is the top hole is made for a 3/8 inch bolt, and that'll slide right through. The bottom hole in this support system here is the right size to be tapped. So what we recommend is that you actually tap this PLA. And I know it sounds crazy, but it works. It's probably the easiest tapping that I've ever done. So I grab a 3/8 inch 16 tap. Any tap will work. This is very simple. And put it through the top and thread it down in. Okay, you want to do this to both holes. And what that does is it allows for the bolt to actually use the PLA as like a nut on the other side. So it's just, you can see it's creating a thread. And go all the way through. Make sure it's, you know, all the way through there. Pretty easy. And back it out. Do that to the other side and you got 4 holes to tap. This is my favorite part about this process, is setting it all up with the trays and everything. I like to have a tray in the front and a tray to my left. It's kind of how I've been using the system. So just click those into place, grab your bolts and thread them in. They don't need to be super tight, so just keep that in mind. You could strip the threads otherwise. Now we're going to add the insert. I like to have mine on my left, and I'm going to use a little bit of super glue. A couple dabs will do you, just to kind of keep everything in place. They do snap in, but when you're putting heavy stuff in there like knife blanks or something, it's nice to have a little bit of extra rigidity on these inserts. This front bin, you can store anything you want. 1, 2, 3 block and some tap magic. Now let's set up the 3-inch Miles Craft clamp. We give you some big old washers and a thumb screw to make the attachment happen pretty easily. I like mine in the back left. It's a pretty convenient spot for me, but you have 4 slots so that you can pick your own destination for this clamp or move it around. Tighten it into place, and then you can quickly see its arrangement here is perfect for holding something flat down. Grab this knife blank, put it into position, lock it into place. Let's not forget about the 1, 2, 3 block. We include a bolt for that. You can just slide it up underneath. Put your 1, 2, 3 block in place and thread it in. This will act as a movable stop for whatever you're working on. And you have 3 slots to choose from. If you have 1 more block or 2 more blocks, you can bolt them all 3 in and create a riser situation. Just like all the other projects here at Housemade, if you buy into the kit or the plans, you get all of the future upgrades for free for the life of the project. So as we add more inserts, as we add more features to this, you're able to go onto our website and download those plans and those 3D printable files, whatever it might be that we add to this project for no cost. So make sure you go out to housemade.us, check out what we've got going on over there. Maybe buy yourself a Housemade hold-fast system or something else, maybe a 2x72 belt grinder or a forge or any of the other projects that we have on our website. I truly appreciate all the love and support you all have given me throughout the years. You have changed my life. I come to work every day with purpose and passion, and that is because of you. Thanks so much, guys. I hope to see you in the next video. My name is Brian House, and this has been Housemade.